Okay, guys, well, it's Libra season, so I thought I would do a second video for you over this Aries full moon. Okay. Luckily, in my life, it didn't get any more intense. Update on memes is he's stable. Okay. I think he's going to come back quicker this time because his shock sort of wore off a lot quicker, and he's been, poor thing, he sort of suddenly realizes he hasn't got any mobility, and so this is why I'm coming on again today, guys, because I'm so I have had it up to here with this fucking culture, as you know, and in particular the reason I'm stalling here was because I was going to say the healthcare, and then I just realized it's got nothing to do with health. Okay. And it particularly annoys me. It is the one thing that particularly annoys me, and I actually don't like it when I hear people saying, oh, save our NHS, and oh, we don't want to lose the NHS, and da-da-da-da-da. I would like to see healthcare privatized, honestly. And, then we can actually start buying some goddamn insurance that could actually give us something that is for health, and we can actually then have alternative health practitioners as well, under the umbrella of this level of insurance, okay, and integrative health doctors and things like that as well, and that makes a lot more sense to me. And then people who actually have no money at all, okay, they can go to the NHS, okay, but actually it is so overrun, the NHS. It's ridiculous. It actually makes me sick. I hate the way, and they do it by design, okay? It is by design. They give you free healthcare, and then nobody has any level of, power and, what's the actual word I'm looking for? Strength, really, to, just to look after their own health. Okay, and it's just getting ridiculous. It's absolutely outrageous. I'm so angry about this goddamn fucking shot. Okay, and I really am angry with people who have on any level believed it, right? Particularly if they've disbelieved me, okay? Because I know about health, right? And all they know about is disease. And they don't even really know, they don't understand anything about disease. They don't understand where it comes from. They don't understand how it happens. They don't understand really what to do with it. They just want to eradicate it. They just want to attack it. And they just want to kill disease. And what they end up doing is killing the host in the interim, right? I'm sorry, guys, but, this situation has got to come to an end. And this is the big thing that is coming out in the disclosure, okay? And I wanted to come back on because I forgot to actually tell you in my message yesterday. I was actually going to stop the video again and go down and get the thing that I'd actually wanted to bring up, which was to say, I saw a video on the People's Lawyer Telegram group, okay, and it was based up north, I think it was, in the UK, in this country. A small group of, well-educated citizens, okay. A few of them were ex-military, and, the rest were sort of in suits, okay, just to be taken seriously. And they managed to shut down a vaccination clinic, by contacting the police with this crime number, okay? So this is a crime against humanity of the absolute most just intensely grotesque level of discrimination that I have ever seen in my life. And what makes me so fucking angry about it is that they are actually targeting, okay guys, the healthy men, right? They aren't actually targeting, and they've specifically done it, again, by design. Maybe a few people in care homes got the real thing, you know, they probably just wanted to, you know, sort of take out a few of the old and sick and vulnerable, okay? But generally, the elderly, the disabled, and you know, and the people with existing health issues, and in particular the rich, okay, they were given the placebo. Now, there was definitely around a 70% placebo, okay, and I know that for a fact because I've told you guys I would have just been driven to my bed had that not been the case. Okay, so I know for a fact that the majority of the people who I give treatment to had a placebo, okay? And, you know, and a lot of those people are experiencing cramp because they've had a placebo, but they're breathing in, you know, other people's shed, right? And, you know, so anyway, as you can tell, I'm just really angry. You know, when it starts to affect me and my life and my family and my animals in particular, okay, and the animals of, you know, other healthcare professionals who we try and work damn fucking hard, okay, to keep ourselves pure and clean and to keep our animals pure and clean. And do you know what that means? It actually means that we are the sitting ducks, okay? We are the most vulnerable because we're so clean, because we're so clear. You know, if your animals have been vaccinated, if they're eating junk food, you know, then actually they're quite safe because, you know, they've got a level of fat in their bodies that are protecting them from this disgusting, toxic chemical fucking cocktail, right? So I wanted to come on here today to give you this goddamn reference number. Me and at least one friend are going to go to our local police station. I'm going to try and get a few more friends involved, and I'm going to suggest we go to her local police station as well, and maybe even a few in the area. These guys managed to shut down a vaccination clinic where there were about 300 people, they said, in the queue, and the majority of those were children, okay? And I've had enough, right? I really, really have. I've had it up to here. This is the end, okay, for these guys. They have been profiting and profiteering off people's sickness for way too fucking long, okay? They need to be outed and they need to go down, right? So this is the crime number. It's 52222, okay, 36390. Okay, write this down. We'll read it again a couple of more times. 52222. So that's 4 2s, but that's not a 4. 36390. Okay, I'm actually going to write it in the description box below. But you know, one of the things that this guy said was to remember and to actually say to these people, okay, to any people who believe in this bullshit, but in particular to the police, because they might start going, oh no, you know, we've got no control, it's all up to Big Pharma, you know, Big Pharma or whatever. No, nothing that has been built by man can stand over man, okay? Nothing that has been built with the hands of men has power over the common man and woman. Okay? If it's been built by humans, it has no power. Okay? It's as simple as that. Anything that has been divinely, sort of inspired by God, yes, it's power over. Okay? It has way more power than man. Okay? And trust me, the earth is going to be here. I mean, so this then goes into the climate change situation. The earth is a plane that is going to be here far beyond the extermination of humanity. Okay, it's been here for several billion years, and it's going to be here for another several billion years. Okay, regardless or even of the state that we leave it in, because guess what, guys? Mama Gaia knows, and she has the power of regeneration. It's the number one thing that man, and it definitely is the fucking men, don't have. Okay? And, well, we do have it, but because dumb men don't like listening to women, they prefer hounding them down, tying them up, throwing them in the river, or burning them at the stake. Okay, millions of women, instead of listening and learning something, because what you'll notice is that not only are women the pure channels, okay, of divine intuition, but they also happen to be the most intelligent, okay? But they just haven't been given a voice, right? No wonder so many men want to be women. I don't blame them, honestly, because it's got to be pretty disillusional being a man. What I find a little bit unfortunate is that a lot of beautiful women want to become men. Why? I have no idea. They just want to age themselves and look rugged. I don't get it personally, but whatever. I'm leaving those people to do what they want. Okay, don't have anything against those people, but I absolutely do have something against a culture that force feeds overt sexualization on our children. Okay, and even getting them to even begin to consider gender identity. Ugh. I think this Aries moon has suddenly got me, okay? And I'm feeling fired up, right? I did have a few other things I wanted to say. They've sort of gone out the window because I wasn't expecting for that to come through. But the one thing I did actually want to say was, I know that possibly some people might be kind of questioning the whole astrology sort of situation, and this is what I really kind of want to impress upon people, is that there really is no real intuition when it comes to astrology. Okay, it is written in the stars. Okay, it's thousands of years old, and probably the first science, right? Religion, I mean, this is just how fucked up our whole culture is. Christianity is based on the fact that 3 wise astrologers read the stars, okay? That's what Christianity is based on. Yet, they tell you that astrology is demonic, okay? So this is how messed up our whole culture is. It's mixed messages constantly. So if you've got mixed message mind games going on in your relationships, guess what? You're dealing with contrived, controlled, and conditioned persons, okay? And unfortunately, many of those persons, particularly when they're just arrogant, okay, they don't want to admit it. They can't see through it. They are so narcissistic that they believe their own bullshit, you know, and it's terribly unfortunate. But guys, we're just going to have to forge forward without those people now, okay? I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those influencers, though I know a lot of them, okay? And they're all against this culture of disease, basically. It's a culture that runs and that only has any level of, you know, financial security because it rests on the backs of the diseased, okay? Always has done, and as long as it's going, it always will do. It is time for us now to nip that in the goddamn bud, okay? We cannot allow it to go on any longer. So I suggest you take that crime number and you take it to your local constabulary, okay? Remind the police as well that they work for us, okay? Not the other way around. And, you know, and I feel certain that all the controversy that we've had with the police over the last few years has been to create a divide between us and the police. And listen, guys, just don't go down that road, okay? Make friends with your friendly police, okay? Your local constabulary, okay? And make sure that they know that they are paid for by the taxpayers, okay? That's us. They work for us. And in fact, you know, the whole system works for us, really. And this is why I say, just stop paying your taxes, okay? Look into it if you need to, but it is illegal. You're not even supposed to have to pay them. You can, and it's voluntary. And, you know, they began asking for voluntary, you know, contributions. I think it was in the war time because they were running out of resources, okay? So, you know, that is the easiest thing to get rid of. I mean, I just said to the HMRC, I don't want to I literally have no, you know, sort of thing to contract with you, okay? And obviously you have to write it in the right way. And I also said, next time you contact me, I will be charging you, okay? I didn't do it this time, gave them a warning, and they haven't contacted me since. Now that one was so goddamn easy, but doing it for your bills, it's not so easy. They're still sending bills to this place. Anyway, not entirely sure how I'm going to, you know, completely change that one. And I'm happy, just as happy to, you know, not try and get my money back. Though it is getting ridiculous now. I might actually do that, you know. I might actually do that. Try and get my money back. Anyway, I'll see. I'm going to talk to the bank and find out about it. I need to just get myself clued up on what it is exactly that we're meant to say. And say it, honestly. I'm so done. Energy is free. I mean, I keep hearing sort of some influencers going, oh, we've got all this free energy. Energy's free. It's 100% free. It's always been free. Okay. The equipment that they use to gather energy is not free. That needs to be paid for. Okay. And the people who work for the companies that make sure that if the equipment falls or is faulty, they're also not free. You know, they need to be paid. Okay. So people within the energy, you know, sort of establishments, you know, they do need some money. But when companies are basically showing off, and I just cannot believe when I hear in the news, it's like, wake up, hello, is there anybody in there, anybody that watches the news and can just stay silent when they are talking in the same vein and saying in the same sentence that energy prices are going through the roof, and yet fuel and energy companies are making billions in profit, and you're still paying your bills. Well, that's up to you, but I suggest right now you cut with that shizzle. I'm done for another day. You'll be glad to know.